Hi, everybody, and welcome to the SoCal Edison Retirement Workshop dated June 21st with some new updates. Disclosures, contact us if you want a copy of our ADV. Here's our team. I'm fourth from the left. That's my business partner and good buddy, Blake Street, there in the middle with the rest of our growing team. We serve about 400 families all throughout the country, manage a little over $300 million. We do a lot of financial planning, which is why we have 4 CFPs on our team. And we do quite a bit of planning around the investment management work that we manage in-house as well. So thank you for joining us. Let's jump right in. Edison stock, it's no surprise. I opened with this because we used to get asked a lot about this, but lately the question's been more about what to own in your 401k, what's next in the future. We can't predict the future, but we can share with you what we've seen happen in the past. And Edison stock over the last 5 years, not terrible compared to the iShares MSCI All Country World Index ETF as a benchmark here. What we do see is that the S&P 500 in blue has outperformed Edison stock in a 5-year picture. So if you are going to own just one company, why not own 500? Pick up the index, offer a little more diversification should Edison become in trouble or insolvent or have issues like Enron did. I'm not saying they do. I think Edison is a fantastic company, but you just want to protect your investments. Looking at the 10-year window, you can see owning the S&P 500 stocks as opposed to one would have been a much better bet. Most of our clients retiring from Edison, though, don't own just Edison stock anymore. They have diversified. What we do see is a lot of clients owning just the inappropriate basket of investments in their 401k for retirement. So let's talk about some options. You could do the target date fund, which is the tier 1 option. Pick a basket of the tier 2 options in a preset mix suited for your retirement goal date. So 2025 wants to be, that's what you want for your retirement date, then pick the 2025 fund. Set it and forget it. If you want to customize that mix, use tier 2, and you can use those same funds and make up the target date funds, but do your own custom mix. And finally, if you wanted to buy stocks, say Tesla or Chipotle or Peloton, back when everybody was asking about Peloton and Netflix and GameStop and AMC, all these different meme stocks, then that would be the place to do it. I'm not recommending any of those, but if you wanted to buy individual companies inside your 401k, you can do so through the tier 3 option, and that's available through Charles Schwab. You can also hire Warren Street to manage those funds for you in the tier 3 option. So that's my quick little sales pitch. We have 6 steps for the event today. Attend, you're here, you can cross that off. We're going to go into the handbook next. Let's take a look. The handbook, have a plan. Seriously, have a plan. No surprise, we're financial planners. We want you to have a plan, which is why you're here. Plan on retiring in Q4, a lot of flexibility there. You can retire any time of the year, but you pick up the bonus for the year if you go till the end of the year, and it's prorated. So if you go till October or November, you'll get it prorated based on the full work year. So 10 of the 12 months, you'll get 10 of the 12 parts of the bonus in the following year. If you want to retire pre-59 and a half, retiring towards the end of the year is a good option because it allows us to defer until January to push out final distribution. And at final distribution, you can take a one-time payment direct to yourself. That avoids penalties per the 55 rule. So after the age of 55, before 59 and a half, retire and take a final distribution payment directly to you to avoid penalties. So that's number 4 as well. You can also do a 72T, pretty common. Not a lot of flexibility there, so we're not huge fans of it, but maybe a combination of a final distribution with a 72T if you're retiring early. And early, again, is prior to age 59 and a half. If you're after age 59 and a half, lots of options for you and much easier for us to plan a retirement. So calculate your medical subsidy. It depends on what year you were hired on with Edison and your age, so you need to call HR and ask them what your subsidy is. It's probably 50% or 85%. And it's a continuation benefit. So here's what's important. When you retire, what you pay today out of your paycheck for medical is what you would pay in retirement, assuming you reach your milestone. So when HR says your milestone is this percentage at this age, once you reach that age, so let's say it's age 60 and it's 50%, you will continue that benefit in retirement until Medicare age 65 on the current plan you're on. You can change the plan at retirement. You do have open enrollment in retirement, But if you stayed on your current plan, let's say it's Kaiser, it's very popular. I'm on Kaiser. And if you wanted to keep Kaiser because you love it, then what you pay today out of your paycheck is what you'd pay in your retirement, and it's the same amount, but it's coming out of your pocket as opposed to your paycheck. So when you go to build a budget, which is part of our toolkit, and you build a budget for retirement, don't forget to add back that expense that's now coming out of pocket as opposed to out of your paycheck. Questions on that, call HR, find out what your benefit is, and then reach out to us. I'll be happy to walk you through the logistics. Say goodbye to debt. If you got credit card debt, please pay it off. If you have the cash on hand today to do it, you can pay it off today. Plan your sick time payout. For those who still receive sick time benefits and you receive that at retirement, one important thing to note is you can use that, you can roll it over. So you can roll it over into your individual retirement account, roll over the sick time payout, pay no taxes on it. Let's say you want to move out of state and you're moving to pick Texas. There's no state income tax. You move to Texas, you could pay no income tax for California on your sick time payout, roll it over into your IRA, take it out once you're a resident out of state, and pay state income tax at that state's rate, which anything here on the West Coast other than Hawaii is going to be lower than California. So budget it out. We talked about making a budget earlier. I'm going to cover that in the toolkit in detail. Emergency savings, 6 months is the minimum. That's the number we like, 6 to 12 months, but 6 months realistic. If you need $7,000 a month, that's your lifestyle. That's after taxes, cash in your pocket. That's $42,000, cash on hand. Put it in a CD, put it in a high interest savings account. You can go to NerdWallet or Bankrate.com. Those are not affiliations of ours, but just two sites that aggregate what new interest rates are for high interest online savings accounts. You can get 4.5% to 5% today on liquid savings. That's incredible. So that's a really, really good rate of return for no risk. FDIC insurance up to $250,000 on those accounts. So don't put anything more than that. But if you have 6 months emergency reserves, roughly 35 to 40 grand, it's very, very common for our clients nearing retirement. Earn some interest on it. Weigh your Social Security options. I'm going to cover that in a slide here ahead. So I'm going to move forward. Use your 401k efficiently. This is talking about having the right investment mix for retirement. So target date, tier 2. If you want to have some stocks, use tier 3. If you want to have us manage it, that's going to be in tier 3. Have a plan. Like I said earlier, have a plan. All right, Social Security options. So age to claim 62 to 70. Full retirement age 66 to 67. So those born in 1954 through 1960, your full retirement age, or FRA, as it says on the little payout state on the statements, or if you get them online now, 66 to 67. Every year you wait from 62 to 70, you get a really nice cost of living adjustment or an increase in benefit base by 8%. After age 70, doesn't make any sense to wait because you don't receive any more benefits. Collecting while working, you can, not advised. Health and anticipated longevity, this is the big question you have to answer. If you're healthy today, wait. If your health starts to deteriorate, go ahead and take a claim. If you are 62 and you're not sure what to do and your health is good, we like waiting to full retirement age. So wait that 4 to 5 years. The amount that you will receive will be much greater for the remainder of your life and your spouse's. If they're not receiving their own benefit, they can receive half of your benefit. And or if you were to pass, there is a spousal benefit, and that is something worth looking at, receiving the higher benefit for the rest of your lives. And we recommend FRA age 66, 67. Is it going away? I don't think so. I'll cover that in another event, but defer the date. They've done that before. So instead of 66, they went to 67, could be 68. They could reduce the benefit amount to help solve the problem, and then a little bit more in taxes. And a combination of all three, let's say they went to age 68 for new payers, not for anybody that's already in the program, but for new payers, age 68. And instead of receiving $2,000 a month in benefit, they now get $1,800 a month in benefit, and they added a little bit more in tax. That could wipe away the problem of Social Security not having enough money to pay its obligations. Steps for a successful retirement, the toolkit. So assets minus liabilities is your net worth. So when you hear about net worth, that's all it is. So take all your assets, take 15 minutes, complete this. And one extra benefit of this is if you don't have a will or trust, this is a great place to start, to put all your information in one place to make available for your family members so they would know where to start if something were to happen to you. So If your kids were receiving this and they saw it and it's with your important documents and you had all this listed, even from a year prior, it would let your family in on where everything was. So it would say Edison 401k, Bank of America checking account, maybe the credit union for a personal loan or an auto loan, and at least have somewhere to start. Otherwise, they're just going to be guessing. And we recommend doing this for a couple reasons. When we're trying to figure out if you have enough money to retire, we can look at this in the toolkit, and within a few minutes, have a really good gauge of where you stand, and then get into the particulars that look important based off the net worth and the budget. So the next one, budget. 15 minutes here as well. Skim through this. Doesn't need to be perfect. Fill it out. Find 2 to 3 things that bother you on this. So when you finish this, you circle them, make a little sticky note, create a task or to do, a reminder, and spend the next month working on reducing that cost. Let's say it's health insurance. You've been thinking about trying Kaiser. Try Kaiser while you're working and you're healthy. Get used to the program and the system. Talk to some friends at work, see if they like it. Maybe cable and internet. If you're still on cable, look at getting rid of cable and moving to subscriptions instead. There's lots of free TV services and streaming available that will be a lot less than maybe the $70, $80, or $100 a month you're spending for cable and internet. Vision. Why are we doing all this? Travel is the number one reason for retirement, more time to travel. Start thinking about that first trip now. So if you have that first trip already in mind, write it down, put a date next to it, and start looking at airfare, start looking at train prices, make it real, because a lot of the things that come up between now and that first trip are going to deter you to just go back and work, or just say forget it, I can't retire, or make a bad decision, meaning that you try to make up for lost time with adding additional risk to your portfolio that you don't need to take. So you are in all cash, or you're in a very conservative portfolio and you think, you know what, I need to be making more money, and you add a bunch of stocks to your 401k, and you do that right before the deregulation, 9/11, the dot-com bubble, the global recession of 07, 08, 09, and then even just recently, the global pandemic. So these are things to get clear about today as far as what you want to be doing with your time and money. So advisors like ourselves can look at net worth, budget, what your goals are, and then try to quickly help you put together the right plan to accommodate all of those for you. Okay? Where you live is important. Taxes and cost of living, we know outside of Southern California is going to be more affordable outside of the state. Pretty much all the states, but at least the western regions nearby where the majority of our clients move to, our cost of living is going to be lower, and taxes, state income taxes, will be lower. We got to take a look at property taxes. That's where some counties get you. But the reality of what we see is weather and relationships are the two most important factors that weigh the highest in determining where our clients will live in retirement. Weather during the summer months when we travel are great. When you find a city and state that you want to be in, go back during the winter months and spend some time there if you haven't already. Spend a week or two in the winter and make sure that's something you can do for 3 to 4 months. Also, one of our clients in Tennessee said, don't forget about the bugs and the critters, because the bugs and critters, they really underestimated how big of a factor that would play into their decision of where they lived. So weather, relationships, those are two important factors. After that, cost of living, taxes, and then all the little other things like the bugs. Now, I talk a lot about why to leave California. I love talking about this subject. It's one of my favorite things to help clients do, make a big decision. Should we stay? Should we go? How do we make it happen? Some of the reasons to stay in California, there's a lot of perks. So beaches, parks, diverse culture, the entertainment. There's so much to do here in Southern California. And family and friends, I mentioned earlier, relationships. Family and friends, it's usually the biggest driver of where we end up is who we're going to be around and the people that we want to be with. Medical care, again, it's the same individual has provided a lot of good feedback to share with you all, is about the medical care. Their closest medical option is 20 minutes away, and they don't believe the care is as good as what they were receiving here in Southern California. So if you're living in a rural area outside of California, just keep that in mind as well. You're healthy today, it's not front of mind, but when you do start to have medical issues or any conditions that need to be addressed, find something close. Muni bonds, California is one of the largest municipal bond markets by issuance, and you do get tax-free Tax-free earnings on the bond interest here in the state of California, so it's a nice little tax benefit. Not as many people take advantage of this as we would like to see, but it is an option that we do help our clients with as far as their investment choices go. So if you have a taxable account and you need tax-free, California Munis is a great way to go. Part-time work, a lot of part-time employers in California are starting to offer medical benefits. So if you wanted to work part-time in retirement, there are more options today than there were, say, 10 years ago. Property taxes, most of you all know, if you own property, you can downsize and keep your lower basis in a different county. So you'd want to take a look at this because that could be a really nice option for you, is maybe not moving out of state, but maybe downsizing. And if you've been in your home for some time, you can take that lower tax basis and carry it over to the new county. I have a client who did that, lived in LA area, moved to the Temecula area. And what he wanted me to tell everybody was they're not that excited to have new lower taxes in the new county. So they're not going to help you and be proactive and get you all signed up or show up to your door and say, hey, do you have lower taxes from your prior county? Let's get them moved over. So you have to be in charge of that and stay on top of that project and be diligent about it. As your advisors, of course, we can help coach and coordinate with that project, but it's something that you will have to take on. Weather, I mentioned earlier, it's California, and especially SoCal here. The weather is good, hot summer months, cool winters, and just a little bit of rain. Plus, we have the beaches and mountains and the desert, and so much to do here. It's tough, and yeah, we know in and outs in more than one state, but it did start here. And so back to the food, weather, relationships. It's not so bad. Next steps, if you want to schedule some time with us, with this, we are including a free complimentary retirement consultation. Take advantage of that. It's a great opportunity. I'm not going to beg you to do business with us, but what I will share with you, there are some businesses in this space that take advantage of good people. We want to see our clients make good decisions in retirement, and even those who don't, at least go to what we call one of the better options out there for you. Don't be taken advantage. This is one of the biggest decisions you got to make at who you work with. What we don't want to see you do is buy something that sounds too good to be true and then be stuck in some sort of investment option that locks your money up for 4 to 15 years, which is common. We see this all the time. So when you do pick an advisor, try to pick one that works in your best interest and is a fiduciary and isn't going to sell you something that comes with this huge commission on the back end that the advisor claims has no fees, right? Oh, no fee, no fee, oh, no fee. Well, how are they making money? They're making it on commission on the back end. You don't see it. The industry kind of sucks. I'll be honest with you. I don't love it. It's one of the worst things about this industry and this business is the hidden, right, agendas that advisors like myself that do these workshops, they sound just like this. And you think, oh, I'll be fine. They're all the same. They are not. So if you want help with that and you are interested in trying to find out if your advisor is working in your best interest, I will share that with you. I will not twist your arm to come work with us. My thing is keep you away from the bad, at least point you in the direction of the good advisors. And what's big there is that you have control of your money and you can leave at any time. So if you don't like the advisor you're with, you're not stuck. Meaning in a year, you decide not the best thing for me, could be performance, could be the relationship, could be the value you're receiving. You have the option to leave. That's so important. All right. I'll get off my soapbox. Let's wrap it up here. We manage money in-house, so take a look at that on our website. We do a lot of cool things here, but I'm going to skip through this to save time. Everything's available on our site. And if you do book some time with me, I'll spend as much time as you want going over our investment process, how we manage money for our clients who are still working, and how we manage money for our clients who are retired. Here's our fee. It's a percentage per year, and that is our schedule right there. With all of our clients that reach our minimums, we offer a standard of care. This is essentially what we can do for them. It's no different than a physician coming in and saying, I have this thing, can you take a look at it? And they say, yes, what's going on? And so we have all these at our discretion to help you with. So we basically put a plan together and implement highest priority to lowest, and then put together a schedule to keep us all accountable to make sure that we're getting things complete off the to-do list for you and help you reach your goals. That's it. We're at the end. So if you want to book some time with us, go to our website. There's a schedule button. You can book time with, there's 1, 2, 3, I think 4 of us available to book time with. It does not make any difference who you book time with. If you want Edison specific, that is my area of expertise. But if you find on there you want to talk to Blake, Lynn, or Emily, by all means, book time with our team. We look forward to helping you, and thank you for attending. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.